Equitable development draws on both environmental justice and smart growth and generally refers to a range of approaches for creating communities and regions where residents of all incomes, races, and ethnicities participate in and benefit from decisions that shape the places where they live. Today, the cities around the world are undergoing rapid growth. Come together with heavy costs. Who are hit the most by them? The neighborhood. While neighborhoods are the soul and lifeblood of the city, how can we propose more equitable development planning to protect them from being displaced? In the Mapping Civils project, Charlottesville City Council's minutes from 1930 to 1934 are studied to help people better understand how public investment in infrastructure was allocated across the city. From some entries, we can see obvious disconnected relationship from the citizen to council representatives. The money is allocated by the city council, and even when some petitions go resolved, people still need to pay the main construction fees by themselves. In this case, people who don't have the ability to pay won't have their rightful infrastructure built at all. That was an example of the possible inequity in city council's decision and showcases the inefficiency of this planning process. So, how can we propose a more equitable development plan for community? First, we must form a strong, successful collaboration among the community and with multiple stakeholders. Here on the left is the list of stakeholders that have been involved in the Strategic Investment Area Plan for the southern town of Charlottesville. Within these relationships, it is important to work with local elected officials. We must ensure that elected officials understand the issues that we try to address. They can either be powerful advocates or unintentional roadblocks. We must develop a plan to cultivate relationships with the one who can champion the issues and elevate the benefits of equitable development. The next important step is to find the values inside our community. Before start talking about the issues that exist inside the community, we can start from creating an asset map that categorizes social, economic, physical, and organizational assets according to their location inside or outside the districts, and they're controlled by entities based on inside or outside the district. With our assets sorted out, we can continue to understand what issues that exist in our community and what organizations that we should reach out after evaluating their capacity to collaborate. Another important thing that we need to remember is that we should always integrate arts and culture strategies to bring people together around the ideas that a community values the most. Developing an arts and culture strategy provides an opportunity for relationship building and affirm existing people and cultures by preserving and promoting cultural elements that can be integrated into parks and open space projects. Second, have a roadmap. After a firm collaboration has been established, a team of key stakeholders representing the district's major public, private, and civic sectors should be formed to represent and lead the partnership. In order to make sure the plan could be carried out, we must identify feasible strategies, fundings, and an implementation schedule for reaching targets. While drawing a roadmap towards equitable development, questions that need to be asked are who and what will influence successful district outcomes and what goals are to be emphasized. Even though the goals should be ambitious, we should narrow them down by priorities. Select at least 3 priorities and corresponding objects that align with contextual findings and stakeholder input. Consider addressing the rest of priorities in the future. The last but not the least, keep the momentum. To make sure this procedure could keep running and strengthening, we must maintain several things including organization capacity and leadership and project control. Get a hold of money and lands, use them for participatory budgeting or land banking. And the last but not the least, report the progress regularly to foster transparency, shared experience, and maintain the momentum. Thank you for watching this video. I hope this video can bring you with some brief ideas about equitable development.